I always don't want to limit myself to the fact that we are talking about children in school. We have many more children who are also not in school, and they are out there learning something. So whenever we are talking about learning, they have to also know that every technicalities that we talk about here, in terms of learning, they are also required to follow. Because if you are learning how to do plumbing, and your master introduces you to a new mechanism or techniques, and you don't sit down and follow it through, you will not be able to study it. So you study it at the time that you are alone, so that you become perfect. That's why your master is perfect. Your master studied what he was taught, the new thing he learned. They also mastered it. For instance, seamstresses, for instance, you know, they go and buy papers, they cut them into material, then they sew. That is the studying. Because the master will teach you, oh, we cut it this way, patterns. Then when you are joining the patterns, how do you join them? So you use materials which are not wasteful. You know, you don't use you don't go and buy new materials and waste it. So that's why they use papers, they use some nowadays they use card, how do we call it? Lining and those things, and they are not very costly. So as you are progressing, you'll be using those things to also master the craft that has been introduced to you by your master. So learning is not only in schools, and even we the adults, we also learn. But since the program is limited to children, we tend to talk to them. Today we are talking about how to prepare the students going to school. Those who are going back to boarding school, or those who have come to stay home for 2 months or so and are going back to school. I wish to use this opportunity to assist the parents to talk to them. We know they have been talking to them, but maybe there are some things that we have also observed that we want to share with them. The first thing, or the things that I want to talk about today, are how to encourage the child to behave in school. You know, nowadays we hear of bad behavior in school. A student hit another one. I even saw a video, I don't know whether it's Ghana or anywhere. A student was able to carry one student, throw the person on the ground, and he died instantly. Sometimes students will face teachers. I saw a student slapping a teacher on social media in classroom. A student trying to prove stubborn and all that. In fact, these are all things that we may face in school. But let me assist parents to talk to the children in such a way that the children will not get themselves into these difficulties. The first thing I want to talk about is how the student must accept the fact that going to school is not about luxury. It's not about getting all the things they need. It's about getting the necessary things. We have things which are necessary and things which are important. Necessary things are the things that if you cannot get them, you cannot do something. And the important things are things that you need importantly to do many things. But there are some of the important things are necessary, because if you don't get them, you cannot move on. So as you are going to school, parents should talk to the children, let them know that if I don't get all the things for you, for instance, you need your Milo, you need your Gary, you need your books, you need all those things. If you don't get all of them, that does not mean that you are deficient. So they shouldn't go and compare themselves to others whose chop boxes and trunks are full of all the things they need, and even some of the things they do not need. Some of us give the children some things they do not need. When they go to school, they preoccupy them. Obi or school. Ya manu niema garini niema ni adosun oko school kra onko classroom, because of tunani garini or tunani miloni or tunani say niema. We should give them the necessary things. Necessary things say adia ehia.
Bagari is important.
Yes, I'm talking about importance and necessity. It is important, but how the quantity that the child needs. Because yes, you need a child to manage your life. Say my quantity need too much. It tends to make them forget that they are even going to school. They are going to another environment. The environment is where we should learn how to trim our lives, how to make sure that we live within our means. School mu enyema yesua bebre no. Enti e wo se nkora ni sua saade no. Awofo no e wo se man nkora no se school na wo kɔ no. O kɔ se nyema me de ma wo no. O kɔ hwɛ so yie na aboa mwade sua akoso. Enya nu nti na wo kɔ. Obu okɔ mfa bi nkoso obekɔ school. Okɔ a obesua de. Na meka we nyina no eno ye ade a me ehia me fo nkoda no.
Sir, inti Mr. Mami, my example back when I confirm in your work and when we were at the SS senior high school, no, I was in the boarding house. Inti, I think it was it's the first Saturday and the last Saturday of the month and every visiting days. But we have students who are crying and you have to any parents the provisions brand. So those students with them there. Or misusing inti or no frequently the provisions brand but they be an watching because only management
say beba
and say ne mama and ne papa promises that this week or this day I'm coming and they didn't come and they didn't appear. It becomes another issue.
Yes,
and now
psychological
provisions require their brand is so unsustainable to 2 weeks and not 3 weeks, you know, because on him say I say their channel and on team manage and master 2 weeks in the crime but you will be so throughout the whole semester and your debate.
That is exactly the point I'm making. Yes.
As in, they are always
the things are always available.
Yes, and managing even though it's available, no store no because they don't know how to manage.
That is the point. So that is taking it from where you landed. That is what I'm saying, that parents should not give them too much. But if you give them necessary, what is necessary for them to be able to, to be able to help them. It is only to augment the food that they are using in the school. Eduane was school
for them.
Eduane in life, no. Enye niema nyina na ebenya nti bedrum rebi no. Na akoda na nkasa we ye na adwuma nso. Na ba bia akɔhye kora wonya aduane ntoni. Obi timi kɔhye ba bi kɔye adwuma. Me nyonko bi we adwuma kɛse pa okurum ha. Sometimes me friend no metima ka VR baby na odo makɔhye no
o scan so onya bibi
aduane kura ni hɔ no onya bi atɔ adi me ni ndi nkɔmɔ no wo yesu wɔsi sɛ me nya bibia no matɔ but ɛhɔ nso na wɔso yɛ adwuma no satam wɔ hɔ nti go mu di 3 days wɔ me sɛ metimi ni ndi nkɔmɔ no afero wɔsi me wi gare nti no at the point in time asa di ni bi beto akora ni in future no wɔso otimi manage nti the make us so ne sɛ niema yɛ de ma wɔ mo no men cassette so but me say man necessary
niema ehia
no say what the beko
and na parents so bebre asab mu so nya hwehwe nkakra bi hwem no adura no afre house mistress me niema bi a me
ba hokra say no me ka ye enkwara ni beko school mu no niema e de ma o me hwe say ebe ma o hu management say de wo kan okwa a obe manage obe ma na damfo bi kura nya hwe na damfo no so di bia ba bu okro mfa bi mbo be bi nya hwe na emom no o manage ne life e wo school in terms of niema de be manako obi o si niema wi asem na de akakra no agya no be o si niema na semina kakra dupuo no agya no ho because semina no ya ma ne be 15 wo de koy yes
so you see people going
Ankrah ni epeke ya ni asabi ya mfa be brama ya be peke ni akowisu enti ni esua de management enti ya mankola ni hu so okọ school no nkoye wasteful. The second thing ni ade ehia me pa wo ne program no so ye enkoda ni teacher for no ntem. A child and a student and a
student-teacher
relationship. And Kodano, from Kodano's point of view, and I'm making. Teachers are trained professionally to handle children professionally. If the teacher wants to be professional, they can be professional. But a Kodana ofifia kon yen training in professional, you are training in morally and other aspects in the family. Obia for different family neighbor. Their Mr. Parents, a young cancer Kodana say. A dear teacher ni ebeye ni yapa ni sa akwara be show disrespect. And our best are disobedient. These two were this no. Are very dangerous in school. Disrespect and disobedience. Sa akwara no school na okoye disrespect or disrespected teachers na. They will give him his will to do whatever he wants. So control mechanism will reduce from the teachers. Teachers yes we didn't come akwara we. What is the way back? How it is still way back? When say na akwara ya life amano. Because you can say you see the professional mechanism no dia ta akwara na akwara be hu say yempenasem. Enti teachers no so mo de wo ho de. Enti akwara na iko no yesra wo fo mo nti ase say uko school ma respect your teacher and obey them, not to the extent of them abusing you.
Yeah.
Say go and obey the teacher. Say teacher nka say yes, America. I was say we obedient.
You're talking about obedience.
General obedience. So obey my teacher, you know, alternate no, obey man requirement alternate no. Especially for instance, classroom. Akrebu oko classroom. Teacher ni bi wo ha, we say teacher for obu a subject no kra wa kra no wo hye dan ni nye ho kese. Teacher ni be do dem na wa ye nanim bibibi. Teacher ni nya ne hwe o. Ba subject ni na ne ho ye na hinti teacher na subject no. Teacher ni pia no amu na especially mathematics. Enti teacher ni busan se de na ayewa omfi no. Esa teacher ni be feel say asa wa ya akoda ni bibi. Enti so person nya akoda no obo akoda no communicate kra the conversation is not forthcoming. Enti akoda and me so mni say omu ko school mu a omu make sure say omu teacher for ntembeye kama by showing disrespect and obedience. Teacher needs my work say your worker ye we na wuti anya hwe enu nti ne de work na my teacher for my work I say the actually on what na. Are you okay with the way we taught you? When to me anya teacher ni kra ma work when to me anya ne ani age because actually say adwuma na ye ne wie na ya sign up go over na me de mintimi nya na wa anya teacher ni ka say we disobedient ba bia na ye na wuntimi nya nti wo de ye de wa ho din betimi bia ye wutia eno kra na be ma more information wutwa nso a ema teacher ni no ani gye more na wotimi ye adwuma no more man nti omo kono one classroom especially classroom they should give adequate obedience and respect to the teachers in the classroom. All the teachers, every subject, they shouldn't undermine any teacher in the classroom. They shouldn't say teacher we the subject me pento oba kona wada. Me university secondary school bi. Me call classrooms, me call run kakra, me modin. Me call ye no. Na teacher ni chira de. Na nkoda ni bi ada. Omo da o. Nkoda be 20. I counted about 20 students omo da. O we teacher ni na ka ma ayene din. O go so chira na de. Now you can imagine say omo madano omo so nya effect omo na ye no so o twa we ada so teacher nkan hwe na sa den kwa wontie timi stress classroom management no enkoda no omo ko school a omo se we ya saade na ema teaching and learning ne course ema disu ne course yi ema so nya more benefit. The second thing I want to talk about enkoda ni be ko school ni say omo moral behavior na omo di wo fie no a eye no omo nkoda na di wo na nsami hu video bi wo TV so a school no akwara no ombe sheka boot na omne mema oma pieko Zen Louis enam se ehunu ye ntime bodin an koda wa ko school mu a wa wo force kokko sua de ne bra no wo ko sheka boot na woni wo pia ko me de ma hu so omne be me da ba sa no omo ka to omo kwa ko chini
I think it was a visiting day and omo share e mema ne boot
enti de me ka tra wo fo no say enye easy ma ye nenso so ye ka bibitu ni patrim ademba ko etimi to trim tim onye ye mo mu say those things no we have liberty to do those things when we are on our own. The moment obi ase eye o parents now ko school so our teacher for ase no you have no right to do that. Let them know their right where it ends and where it starts. Or where it ends and somebody else's starts. Ye do akoma so office school na onko na no na person ya mo awofo ne nti. Na so far as akwara na gia tum so school die. Awofo ne ma wo mu hu seriousness e wo mu say school na wo ko no e ye nhese wo na we decide so be school nti e ye nhese wo sua de. E ye nhese wo hye wo teacher fo ase. Na teacher fo no build o ma capacity ni basoro. Na wo ko ye say me de me pese me ye bia me pese me ko ye no school mu a because me o scam de be fa ka akọ. Me koba ene kra yin nkola di me kra de me support sa akora ya de ne yin na di me support ye ma akora ne ntena se ne entretre se wo ya akora na ko school na se usuban ekuta wo no e suban a en undermine teaching and learning any discipline wo school teacher ni bia ne woni asem enti nkora na mo be ko school sisi no ye nim se omo ko dada omo ye dada but omo ko no omo show higher moral aptitude bebua my teacher for them more love for them. The more your teachers love you, the more they are able to give of their best. And he said, "Okone say, moral behavior ni I improve. ebi kura na old school na wonye kakra na improve almost a teacher for be say oh akora e ko fie ba e why dey we improve teacher no so attitude towards you will change. Teacher student relationship, if the attitude is positive, it brings greater academic success. Ti say akora no opeso onya greater academic success yema awofo no teacher for enkancha akora say wo teacher is the center. Sa akora no okọ school and the teacher in the center. Teacher no man advice no offer, teacher no guiding no offer. Now o follow teachers in instructions no follow in textbooks, no any research can ho, they are good to go. Okoye disobedient na especially ebi no cry challenging ebi anu oso bibi ati bibi ase baby na teacher ni na ba na teacher no afford kakra e ho na wo be challenge se bibi kura wonim che wo teacher na ye nkola ni bi wo ma ben ankasa naturally enti bibi okura teacher na kire kura wonim dada bra wo ho ase humility bra wo ho ase na ko teacher ni nase na bisa no uti bibi ase bi contribution classroom ye contribution student no kwan so ye contribution say I think the last time I was reading something and I saw that this is also, I mean, you are contributing. Don't make it a challenge. Because teachers no almost you nipa say so yen kola na ye nipa na. Enti bi kra na baby wo na ewrafi. Utimi tia na so. Etimi twa de board so. O twere na wo ade na o twere nkwa wa hwe. Na kra nka je say we ade a o twere we you. Because wa kire wo mo onim say we na person o twere ba wo kra wa dwene adwendwene ye wo nipa so. Enti yema absolute decency and happy or classroom kora no mko school ni make sure say okọ classroom o ma decency nya adwuma o mbenya the greater part of the teacher so okọ na okọ na dwen say me na mani eden me na maba fie maba classes into the teacher ni kire kra me ti ase minim dada into o kira mayi mani me din komo me we say o demoralize teacher no when the teacher is demoralized what happens the class is demoralized and you can see the effect on your performance.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Peter Twumasi Ankrah.